welcome back to my channel. I'm Dina and today we are opening a Pokemon Sun and Moon Celestial Storm booster box, or at least the first 9 booster packs in this box. I went ahead and took off the plastic wrap as I always struggle with it on camera. And all of these card openings are of course made possible by my super generous Patreon patrons, without whom we certainly wouldn't be on this level of booster box opening. Alright, so we got Rayquaza on the front there, Torchic, Blaziken, Rayquaza, Ultra Beast Boy, whose name I keep forgetting. And on the back, the little blurb says, Nature's wrath in full fury. Watch out for the vortex. It's a season of furious emerald storms and a sky alive with portents, as Pokemon and creatures from ultraspace clash. Some ride the storm and others defy it, with a lineup including Articuno GX, Blaziken GX, Scizor GX, Stakataka GX, and the amazing Rayquaza GX, plus new Prism cards, featuring Latios, Latias, and Jirachi. Face the winds of change head-on in the Pokemon TCG Sun and Moon Celestial Storm expansion. And this is actually an over 160 card set, so hopefully we won't double up too much, unlike Dragon's Majesty. It's what you get with the smaller sets, I guess. Alright. Time to open up the booster box. Got a little damaged in transit. Hope it didn't affect any of the cards. Shame on you, Amazon, dropping my package like that. Alright, and then we can grab our first 9 booster packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll be opening up all of these booster packs today. And I will warn you, I like to appreciate every card. So I will be reading out some of the attacks and little blurbs, but only the first time that we encounter each Pokemon. So if you like a slower walkthrough of each set, you might enjoy my part 1 and 2 of these booster box openings. Otherwise, feel free to skip to like part 3 and 4 when we've started to double up and I'm kind of going through the cards a little quicker. Just thought I'd mention that in case some people like the quicker paced ones. Alright, first pack here. Oh, there we go. Oh. Ooh. There we go. So our first card up here is Lotad. 60 HP, looking so cute floating along, with a surprise attack for 10 damage. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. It searches about for clean water. It does not drink water for too long. The leaf on its head wilts. Aww. Next up we have Seedot. 40 HP. There's a couple of Seedot there actually. With a first attack called Hang Down for 10. And we have Harden. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks if that damage is 40 or less. When it dangles from a tree branch, it looks just like an acorn. It enjoys scaring other Pokemon. Aww. And then we have a Skitty, one of my favorite Pokemon designs, because, you know, cats. But I don't like how Delcatty looks. So it's like, oh, I want to use you because you're so cute, but your evolved form, not my favorite. This kitty has 60 HP with Fake Out for 10 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. It shows its cute side by chasing its own tail until it gets dizzy. Oh, and then we have an Lowland Rattata, 40 HP. I like the vibrant art style there. Call for the Boss is a energy-free attack. Search your deck for an Lowland Raticate or a Lowland Raticate GX. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And gnaw for 20 damage. When the sun goes down, it becomes active. It runs around the town on a chase for good food for the boss of its nest, Raticate. Next up we have Torchic, 50 HP, with Ember for 30 damage. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. A fire burns inside, so it feels very warm to hug. It launches fireballs of 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. Look at him go. Torchic, so cute also. Our reverse holo here is Copycat. Dressed up as a Team Rocket member. Is that silver or gold? And then a Pikachu and Blaine from Kanto. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. It's just a supporter. And then our first rare in this pack is Claydol non-holo rare. So a lot of different generations represented in this series so far, which I'm cool with. This Claydol has 110 HP with Psybolt for 20 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And we have Miraculous Spin for 40 times. This attack does 40 damage for each Steven's Resolve card in your discard pile. That is very specific. It is said that it originates from Claydols made by an ancient civilization. Hence the name. Then we have a Psychic Energy. Super Scoop Up. Wow, did they use that like really old artwork? That's kind of cool. Flip a coin. If heads, put one of your Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your hand. Then we have Weepinbell, 80 HP with Growth. Attach up to 2 Leaf Energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon, and double Razor Leaf for 30 times. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. It spits out poison powder to immobilize the enemy, and then finishes it with a spray of acid. Then we have a Friend Ball item. Search your deck for a Pokemon with the same type as one of your opponent's Pokemon in play. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's another one that looks like it's from a really old set. Then we have the code card. Let me know if you guys get anything good with it. Alright, first pack. A non-holo rare, but maybe Rayquaza will give us some better luck. These ones are difficult for me to open. Maybe my nails have gotten too long. Ooh. Alright, so pack number 2, and unfortunately we're already doubling up, but it is a common. The Lowland Rattata. Then we have Slackoth, showing off his pink booty with Claw. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing, otherwise it does 20. And then we have Slack Off. Heal all damage from this Pokemon. It can't attack during your next turn. If it eats just 3 leaves in a day, it is satisfied. Other than that, it sleeps for 20 hours a day. So it takes it like 4 hours maybe to find a couple leaves. Okay. Oh, now we have a Surskit for 50 HP with a bubble attack. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, but it does not do damage. When this Pokemon senses danger, a sweet liquid oozes from the tip on its head. taste of it disgusts bird Pokemon. Not digests. That would be a little brutal. Next up we have Slugma. 70 HP with Magma Ring for 10 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. And Flare for 20 damage. Its body is made of magma. If it doesn't keep moving, its body will cool and harden. Guess that makes sense. Next up we have Larvae Thar, also with the kind of traditional watercolor style art. 60 HP, and Leer. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And we have a Rock Throw for 20 damage. Oh, and it is Ken Sugimori who did this one. Born deep underground, it comes above ground and becomes a pupa once it has finished eating the surrounding soil. Our reverse hollow, not rare, is a Mudkip, 60 HP, very cute, cartoony art style. Water Reserve is the only attack here. Search your deck for up to 3 water energy cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. To alert it, the fin on its head senses the flow of water. It has strength to heft boulders. Did not know Mudkip was so strong. And our rare in this pack is a Regirock, non-hollow rare. So 0 for 2 on the hollow front. Regirock has 120 HP, is a basic Pokemon, so not bad. Enhanced Stomp for 20 damage. This Pokemon has a Pokemon Tool card attached to it. This attack does 20 more damage. Then we have Hammer Arm, which is 100 damage. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. The same rocks that form its body have been found in the ground layers around the world. The same rocks that form its body have been found in ground layers around the world. Then we have Fire Energy. Articuno, 90 HP. This is the dancing pom-pom form with Zappy Pom-Poms. This attack does 30 damage to each Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX. And Electro Ball for 70 damage. It creates an electric charge by rubbing its feathers together. It dances over to its enemies and delivers shocking electric punches. I think it's cool that the Oricorio have so many. I think it's cool that the Oricorio have so many different forms in Alola. Next we have Tropius with his little banana ear things. 110 HP with Find a Friend. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. He has Solar Beam for 70 damage. The bunch of fruit around its neck ripens twice a year and is delicious. It's a highly favored tropical snack. Next up we have Hiker, interrupting Kiawe's trial there with the Salandit in the background. Look at the top 5 cards of either player's deck and choose one of them. That player shuffles the other cards back into their deck. Then put the card you chose on top of that deck. And here's the code card. Alright, so perhaps our third pack will finally deliver some hollow goodness, or an EX even. I'm not having an easy time opening these today. First up, we have Onyx. Looks like he's traveling through some hot rock, some magma or something maybe. 100 HP, not 150, with Screech. During your next turn, the defending Pokemon takes 20 more damage from attacks. And then we have Rage, 10+. This does 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. It usually lives underground. It searches for food while boring its way through the ground at 50 miles per hour. That's pretty impressive. Then we have Sneasel, also with some older looking artwork. I wonder if they're recycling this. Not that I mind. I mean, Ken Sugimori's like watercolor style art is pretty cool, I think. This Sneasel has 60 HP with Fury Swipes for 10+. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 10 damage for each heads. And Beat Up for 30 times. Flip a coin for each Pokemon you have in play. This attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. It uses its claws to poke holes in eggs so it can slurp out the insides. Breeders consider it scourge and will drive it away or eradicate it. Eradicate? Then we have Bagon with 70 HP. Reckless Charge will do 40 damage, but he takes 10 damage in the process. With its steel-hard stone head, it headbutts indiscriminately. This is because of the stress it feels at being unable to fly. Aww, that's kind of sad. Next up, we have a Baltoy, 60 HP, and it looks like it's giving off some psychic vibes. Psybolt is the first attack here, or only attack rather. It does 20 damage, and it says flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. It moves by spinning on its foot. It is a rare Pokemon that was discovered in ancient ruins. Then we have Beldum, 60 HP, with Conductive Body ability. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, its retreat cost is 1 less than each Beldum on your bench. And then we have Ram for 10 damage. With Magnetic Traction, it pulls its opponents in close. When they're in range, it slashes them with its rear claws. Our reverse holo here is the Masked Royal, who doesn't bear any resemblance to Professor Kukui. Of course not. This Masked Royal supporter card says attach a basic energy card from your hand to one of your stage 2 leaf, water, or fire Pokemon. And that is an uncommon and illustrated by Ken Sugimori, though not in the classic watercolor style. And a rare in this pack. There we go. Alright, we've got our first pull that makes up for the other ones. We have a Stakataka GX, which I don't know why I have difficulty saying. He is an Ultra Beast, so we haven't gotten many Ultra Beasts yet, but always glad to expand our collection. He has 180 HP, is Steel type, with an ability Ultra Wall. Your Ultra Beasts take 10 less damage from your opponent's attacks. And we have a Gigaton Stomp for 120 damage, followed by Assembly GX for 50+. This attack does 50 more damage for each prize card you have taken, but you can't use more than 1 GX card per game, so that would be a heck of a way to finish off a game, I think. And yeah, no blurb because he is a rare boy. This GX Stakataka is number 102 out of 168, so a pretty decently sized set. Alright, put that in the special pile. Then we have Leaf Energy. energy recycle system, which also looks like an old artwork. I have to look up about the artwork in the series because it seems like they've kind of recycled some. Choose one. Put a basic energy card from your discard pile into your hand, or shuffle 3 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Then we have Shrine of Punishment, a stadium card. Between turns, put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX, both yours and your opponent's. Then we have Acrobike item. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put 1 of them into your hand. Discard the other card. And here's the code card. Alright, so finally kind of redeemed ourselves there. Maybe Jirachi will be able to give us a holo rare. There we go. First up here we have a Spinarak in a little claymation style. 50 HP with Stun Poison. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed and poisoned. Then we have Pierce for 20 damage. Some fishermen weave its sturdy thread onto nets to catch fish Pokemon. Then we have Bagon, the poor little flightless boy. Oh, Bagon with another artwork and a slightly different attack. This one has Rock Head for 10 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 10 less damage from attacks. Then we have Shuppet. Shuppet has 60 HP with an attack here, Headbutt and Will-O-Wisp for 20. It loves vengeful emotions and hangs in rows under the eaves of houses where vengeful people live. Ooh, creepy. Then we have a Mudkip. Our reverse holo here is a Kecleon, which is uncommon. This Kecleon has 80 HP with Unit Color 2 ability. As long as this Pokemon has unit energy, electric, psychic, or metal attached to it, it is one of those 3 types of Pokemon. Then we have a Slash for 80. It changes its shading to match its surroundings, so it can sneak up on prey. Only its belly patterns stay fixed. I did not know that. And our rare in this pack is Grumpig non-holo rare. This Grumpig has 120 HP with Mirror Step for 10+. If one of your opponent's Pokemon in play has the same name as one of your Pokemon in play, this attack does 70 more damage. It uses Black Pearls to amplify its psychic power. It does an odd dance to gain control over foes. Then we have Fighting Energy, Lantern for 110 damage, or 110 HP, with an ability Energy Grounding. When one of your Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, you may move a basic energy card from that Pokemon to this Pokemon. Then we have Lightning Strike for 70+. You may discard all lightning energy from this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 70 more damage. This Pokemon flashes a bright light that blinds its prey. This creates an opening for it to deliver an electrical attack. Next up we have Shelgon in a Crochet form, 90 HP, and Raging Blade attack, 30+. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this attack does 50 more damage. They lurk deep within caves, motionless, neither eating nor drinking. Why they don't die is not known. And we have Hustle Belt item, Pokemon Tool. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has 30 HP or less remaining and has any damage counters on it, its attacks do 60 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Code card. Alright, and we're almost halfway through this first video. I'm still getting used to the whole camera face setup aspect with the camera here as well, so I'm trying to balance where I'm like focusing. And I've not attempted to edit any of these with the face camera yet, so we'll also see how that goes. Hopefully you guys like the face cam inclusion, so it feels more like I'm actually opening the cards instead of the disembodied hands. I am messing this up. Hard to talk and open cards at the same time. So here we have Seedot, but this is a different Seedot artwork than the one we saw earlier. He's kicking up water in this one, which is surprisingly detailed. He's got 60 HP with Stampede for 30 damage. Then we have Clamperl with 50 HP, an ability called Evolutionary Advantage. If you go second, this Pokemon can evolve during your first turn. Sparkle and Pearl is the only attack for 10 damage. It is protected by a sturdy shell. Once in a lifetime, it makes a magnificent pearl. Then we have a Fanfy. Yeah, they're definitely reusing some of this old artwork. It looks a little too familiar. This Fanfy has 70 HP with Tackle for 10 and Endure. Flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage. If this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's next turn, it is not knocked out and its remaining HP becomes 10. It is strong despite its compact size. It can easily pick up and carry an adult human on its back. Then we have Electrike, 50 HP with Zap Kick Attack for 20 damage. It stores static electricity in its fur for discharging. It gives off sparks if a storm approaches. Then we have Torchic, which we've seen before. Our reverse holo here is Beldum. Look how shiny. And that is an interestingly very detailed Beldum drawing. It almost looked like it was holographic itself. This Beldum has 70 HP with Single Smash for 50 damage. But you have to flip a coin, and if tails, the attack does nothing. I was not prepared for that. Our rare in this pack is Articuno GX. It's one of those ones that kind of looks like it's a full art, but I don't know if it has the same rarity as a full art. But yeah, I do like Articuno. This Articuno GX has 170 HP. Looks like he's swooping in here. With Legendary Ascent. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may switch it with one of your active Pokemon. Or with your active Pokemon. You can only have one. If you do, move any number of water energy from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. And we have Ice Wing for 130. And Cold Crush GX. Discard all energy from both active Pokemon. I guess that's a way to power down somebody else's real quick. Check out the cool like snowflakes as well. Super detailed. That's a really cool looking card. Hello. And no blurb, but this is number 31 out of 168. I was not expecting to get a GX card again so soon, so that's cool. We've got a Fairy Energy, a Minun with Plusle in the background, 70 HP with Ditch and Draw. You may discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand, with an Electro Ball attack for 30. It cheers on friends. If its friends are losing, its body lets off more and more sparks. We have another copycat, which also looks like really old artwork, come to think of it. It's an old artwork conspiracy. Then we have Loudred, 100 HP. Cracking Voice, 60 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. The shockwaves from its cries can tip over trucks. It stamps its feet to power up. Well then, not sure if we're going to get any other rare ones anytime soon after that, but let's try for it anyway. So we have 4 packs remaining in this video. See if we can get the other legendary burbs. Burbs! There we go. And since we got Loudred in the previous pack, it makes sense that they would also have Whismur. But this one's being tracked by a Beware. Oh, he looks kind of sad. First attack here is Ball. You can use this attack only if you go second and only on your first turn. It's a lot of conditions here. Your opponent can't play any trainer cards from their hand during their next turn. And we have Pound for 20 damage. If it senses danger, it scares the foe by crying out with the volume of a jet plane engine. Then we have Cacnea, 60 HP, Poison Payback ability. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an opponent's attack, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, the attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. And then we have a simple Light Punch for 10 damage. It prefers harsh environments such as deserts. It can survive for 30 days on water stored in its body. Then next we have Love Disc, which is another crochet and felt background there, which is pretty cute. This Love Disc has 70 HP with even game. Search your deck for a number of basic Pokemon, up to the number of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Put those Pokemon onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Water Pulse is the first attack here for 20 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Loving couples have a soft spot for this Pokemon, so honeymoon hotels often release this Pokemon into their pools. Is that safe for the Love Disc? I don't know. Maybe it's not a chlorine pool. Next we have an action-packed Treecko, 70 HP, and he's coming at the camera. Smack is the first attack for 10, and then we have Tail Whap for 20. Small hooks on the bottom of its feet catch onto walls and ceilings. That's how it can hang down from above. Then we have another Skitty. Our reverse holo here is a Shuppet. This is a different Shuppet artwork from what we saw before. This one only has an attack here called Perplex. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And our rare in this pack is Registeel, non-holo rare. So we've got some of the Reggies going already. Wonder if we can get them all. 120 HP, and he's reaching for the camera. Exoskeleton ability. This Pokemon takes 20 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. Silver Fist here for 60 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has an ability, this attack does 60 more damage, so that's pretty strong. Its body is said to be harder than any kind of metal. A study has revealed that its body is hollow. Wow. Somebody had time to study the one Registeel that it is in the whole world? I don't know. And we have a Darkness Energy here, followed by a Beast Ball. This Beast Ball item says, look at your face-down prize cards. You may reveal an Ultra Beast card if you find it there, put it into your hand, and then put this Beast Ball in its place. If you don't reveal an Ultra Beast card, put this card in the discard pile. Then shuffle your face-down prize cards. So I guess no matter what, you'd at least know what one card in your prizes are, even if it fails. Then we have Switch, also with some older looking graphics. That is an interesting looking Geodude. And Torchic as well. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Then we have Grovoil, which evolves from Treecko. 80 HP, which is kind of low for a secondary Pokemon, but we have Leaf Blade for 20 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 40 more damage. It lives in dense jungles. While closing in on its prey, it leaps from branch to branch. And a code card. There we go. First up we have Beldum, so definitely starting to double up now. Followed by a Spoink for 60 HP, and Bounce is the only attack. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. It bounces around on its tail to keep its heart pumping. It carries a pearl from Clamperl on its head. Oh, interesting. I always like when different Pokemon species kind of interact like that. Then we have a Baltoy, followed by a Wingull, 60 HP with Glide for 10 damage. Fishermen keep an eye out for Wingull in the sky, because wherever they're circling, the ocean is sure to be teeming with fish Pokemon. Next we have Meditite, with a Molga and a Bunnelby in the background. This Meditite has 70 HP, with Bide. Flip a coin. It heads this Pokemon, if heads, if this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's next turn, it is not knocked out, and its remaining HP becomes 10. And then we have a simple Kick, which does 30 damage. It eats just one berry a day. By enduring hunger, its spirit is tempered and made sharper. Doesn't sound like much fun. Then we have Tate and Eliza, supporter card. Choose one. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards, or switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. So it's a pretty cool, multiple choice, that's what I was looking for, card. And our rare in this pack is a Medicham, non-holo rare, doing some acrobatics there. 90 HP with Strike of Enlightenment for 10 plus. If this Pokemon's remaining HP is 30 or less, this attack does 160 more damage. That's kind of overkill. Okay. Spinning Kick, 90. This Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. So that would get you down pretty low. Through yoga training, it's gained the psychic power to predict its foe's next move. Then we have a Psychic Energy. How, looking very determined. Draw 3 cards. Then we have Metang, zooming on by. 90 HP with Bullet Punch for 20 plus. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 20 more damage for each heads. It adores magnetic minerals, so it pursues nose pass at speeds exceeding 60 miles per hour. Oh, and then we have Huntail, which evolves from Clamperl. This is one of those evolution lines that I'm like, what why? How did this, why did you think this was like a good way to go? But okay. Huntail has 110 HP with a big bite attack for 30 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. And we have Dangerous Bite for 40 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, this attack does 80 more damage. It lives deep in the sea. With a tail shaped like a small fish, it attracts unsuspecting prey. And code card. Alright, down to our penultimate pack. Jirachi, will you bring the second to last pack magic? Man, I am struggling with opening these. Sometimes it seems like they make the packs really easy to just tear open, and this is not one of those sets. First up, we have Seedot kicking some water. Beldum again. A Shuppet, so definitely picking up our pace here. Mudkip, but a different Mudkip in a field of irises. This Mudkip has a tackle attack for 10 and a wave splash for 20 damage. Then we have Torchic with a different artwork as well. 70 HP and Peck for 10 damage and Live Coal for 20. Our reverse holo here is an uncommon. It's Scyther, looking very cool. That makes sense because they've mentioned the Scizor EX. Scizor? 70 HP with Twin Play. Search your deck for up to 2 Scyther and put them onto your bench. Then shuffle your deck. Agility here for 20 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. While young, they live together deep in the mountains, training themselves on how to fight with their size and move at high speeds. Looks pretty cool. And our rare in this pack is Manectric, non-holo rare. So do they just not do holo? So do they just like not do holo rare cards in this set? Don't know. This Manectric has 110 HP with Electric Start ability. If you go second, and if this Pokemon is in your hand when you are setting up to play, you may put it face down as your active Pokemon or on your bench. Double Charge here only takes 1 energy but does 40 damage. You may attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. It discharges electricity from its mane. It creates a thundercloud overhead to drop lightning bolts. Then we have Leaf Energy. This Minior has 90 HP with a Falling Star ability. Once during your turn, before your attack, if this Pokemon is in your hand and your bench isn't full, you may move your active Pokemon to your bench and play this Pokemon as your new active Pokemon. We also have Swift for 30 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Strong impacts can knock it out of its shell. This Pokemon was born from mutated nanoparticles. Cool. Then we have Combusken, 80 HP, and he's, I'm not sure what this is. I wonder if somebody's like watching it through a camera or something? I don't know. Double kick attack for 30 times. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. And we have Flamethrower for 80 damage. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. Pretty standard Flamethrower side effect. During a battle, the hot flame in its body increases. Its kicks have outstanding destructive power. And then we also have Lysia, the girl who looks like Altaria. She's a supporter card. Search your deck for up to 2 Prism Star cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Alright, there's the code card. It's time for our last pack of this video. Come on, Blaziken. Show me what you got. Usually I pick water starters, but this was the first generation that I actually picked Torchic for my starter. I picked Mudkip on the second playthrough, but yeah, it's the first time I've been swayed from the water starter. Ooh. First up, we have the Slugma that we saw earlier, as well as the Larvae Thar. A Whismur, but this Whismur has the whole crochet effect going on. With Whale, which does 40 damage, but oddly takes 3 energy cards. I guess they're hoping you have a double colorless or something. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. If it senses danger, it scares the foe by crying out with its volume of a jet plane engine. Oh, that's right, we already read this one. The different art confuses me sometimes. Oh, we have a bunch of Bellsprout here. 60 HP with Blot, the only attack for 20 damage, and then you heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. Its bud looks like a human face. Because of the bud, it is rumored to be a type of legendary mandrake plant. That's the first I'm hearing about this with Bellsprout. Next we have Whalumir, and I like that they showed the scale of Whalumir because he's a pretty big boy. This Whalumir has 120 HP, not bad for a basic at all. Wave Swallower for 50 damage. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, heal 50 damage from this Pokemon. That's pretty good, I'd say. It shows off by spraying jets of seawater from its nostrils above its eyes. It eats a solid ton of Wishy-Washy every day. Poor Wishy-Washy. Our reverse holo here is a Marshtomp. 90 HP, looking pretty happy. Muddy Water is the first attack for 20 damage. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. And then Surf for 70 damage. Living on muddy ground that provides poor footing has made its legs sturdy. And our rare in this pack, the last rare of this video, is Vennett, non-holo rare. So are they just not doing holo rares in this set? I don't know. This Vennett evolves from Shuppet, and it looks like he's playing with makeup. 90 HP with Red Eyes ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench. Then we have Enemies Show. For each of your opponent's Pokemon in play, put 1 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Strong feelings of hatred turned a puppet into a Pokemon. If it opens its mouth, its cursed energy escapes. Then we have Steel Energy. Apricorn Maker. So we have Kurt here, the Apricorn Maker. Though, not sure if that really looks like Kurt. Boop. He's got a little sunkern there hanging out as well. Search your deck for up to 2 item cards that have the word ball in their name. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And we have a Donphan, again in that old watercolory style. 130 HP with Flail. This attack does 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. And Rapid Spin, which does 50 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. The longer and bigger its tusks, the higher its rank in its herd. The tusks take long to grow. And last up we have a Scyther, which unfortunately is not as cool as the reverse hollow Scyther that we got earlier. Alright, and the final code card. So to round up our pulls that we got here, let's see. Separate out the rares, the reverse hollows, GXs, regular rare, GX, reverse, rare, and reverse. Alright, so we ended up getting 2 GX cards this go round. Articuno GX and Stakataka, which is an Ultra Beast. And then no hollow rares, but a whole bunch of regular rares. Got some Reggies here. Got a Claydol, Grumpig, Manectric, and Bennett. And then some reverse hollows, but I don't think we got any reverse hollow rares. No, it looks like all commons and uncommons. Not the worst start to a booster box that we've ever had, certainly. So thanks for watching, and as usual, I'll be closing out the video with some nice ASMR type noises, fading out the video so we can just focus on the sounds. Hope you liked part 1, and see ya back here for part number 2, where we open up the next 9 packs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!